Hi, this is Farzeen and welcome to India Today, and I have with me the team of Bad Cop, full-time director, part-time actor Anurag Kashyap, full-time actor Gulshan, Aradhana from Fremantle, and of course Aditya Datt. You're full-time director.
Yes, I'm full-time director.
I don't have any side hustle.
After this series, full-time actor as
Full-time
well,
actor,
full-time
yeah.
director as well.
बहुत एक्टिंग हो गई.
Also producer.
He's busy for at least
Producer of course,
1.5
full-time
years.
filmmaker, part-time actor.
नहीं मैं बहुत कुछ करता हूँ. मैं एडिटर भी हूँ, मैं कुक भी हूँ, मैं शेफ भी हूँ, मैं बहुत कुछ हूँ.
I'll ask you a basic question. What was that first international project that you saw and felt कि इसको इंडिया में बनना ही चाहिए? If you can remember that.
With me.
First
International project.
That I saw जिसको इंडिया में बनना ही चाहिए.
हाँ, which you felt कि यार ये this should be made in India.
नहीं, जो आपको मालूम है आज से कॉपीराइट लॉज जब तक स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं थे, ऐसी कोई इंटरनेशनल प्रोजेक्ट नहीं था जो इंडिया में
नहीं बनी.
एक कॉपीराइट लॉज आ गए, ओटीटी आ गया, भी सब वर्ल्ड खुल गया. फाइट भी नहीं होता था, वो सीधा उठाते थे.
I swear.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं.
I mean, to be honest, I've worked under Mr. Mahesh Bhatt, so that is
True.
so we all have. There's so many that have been.
और हजारों चीजें हैं जो अभी भी लोग बोलते हैं ये इंडिया
ये होना चाहिए. So there are too many of them.
Okay. And what is your favorite twin, Rahul?
My favorite.
Twin.
Angur.
Angur, yeah. Actually, Angur in India, Angur is
Classic.
Yeah.
It is
Magic.
classic, 100%.
The new one is
There
going
are
to be
two-
Bad Cop.
Two pairs.
Yeah.
Two pairs of twins in there.
What was the selling factor for you, Aditya? Tell me about
The simple factor of feeling nostalgic with the germ of the idea, you know, like I'm saying that, and the opportunity to do something like this, which doesn't come easy, and it's like I said, it's like she said, they narrate it and everyone goes like, wow, I've not done it and for a long time or not seen this space for a while now. If you see even in the OTT or films or anything, you've not seen a classic twin kind of a story for a while now. So it was just about getting an opportunity to do the same thing in a different way, in our language, in our way, in what way we want to narrate it in today's time.
Yeah.
So
but was that thought ever there that this could also be a very popular film that could actually do numbers?
You know, so a very senior filmmaker, Mr. Subhash Guy, I was interacting with him and he told me, what are you doing next? And I happened to tell him I'm doing Bad Cop. And he says, Kahani kya hai? You know, he's intrigued. And I actually narrated the same thing 5 minutes. And his reaction was, Arey, isko to film banana chahiye tumhe. That was the first thing he actually said. And I said, it's a series ban rahi hai. So even a senior filmmaker like him, his first reaction, he got so excited when he heard it. You know, that, so you can see it in people, you know, like sometimes you just feel
It's
that.
contagious.
Yeah, you just see it. Every time you narrate that idea to, something lights up in the other person when you're narrating it to them. So that's the beauty of it.
Aradhana, tell me, of course, it's the first fiction by Fremantle. What made you jump into this competitive pool?
So look, we've done a lot of unscripted. Traditionally, that's what we've done in India. But internationally, if you follow Fremantle's trajectory, we've expanded a lot into scripted. I mean, if I talk about recent ones from Priscilla to Poor Things, and of course we've had series for many years like Wentworth.
Priscilla and Poor Things are Fremantle.
They are Fremantles. They are. And
तो ये Fremantle मेरी फिल्म में क्यों नहीं बना रहा है फिर तो? मेरे को तो ऐसा पूरी फिल्म में बनानी है.
एक सेपरेट कॉन्वर्सेशन रख रहे हैं, एजेंडा बात करेंगे.
सर ये इंटरव्यू कर लेने दो, उसके बाद एक और इंटरव्यू अरेंज कराता हूँ.
मैं कहा मुझे नहीं मालूम था Fremantle actually free.
I feel like a manager now. Just,
Well done.
Yeah. Thoda cut.
So all that is there, right? Which then just made a lot of sense for us here. We were very clear strategically, we didn't want to be in the daily soap business in that sense, right? That's existed on traditional TV, okay? And this opened up a market for the kind of stories we want to tell, the kind of work we want to put out there, the kind of production values that we are associated with. It just made a lot of sense. And that's how we started. And this is our first one. And there are many more to come.
Anurag, tell me a film of yours that an international filmmaker has somewhat maybe shown interest that they want to make it.
No, twice. One was Ugly and one was No Smoking.
Wow.
No smoking. You please let them remake Ugly, but not No Smoking. No.
I thought you'll say make it and cast
No
you.
Smoking is my favorite film of his. How can they remake it?
Touched.
Twice it is.
It's a classic. It's a
Wow.
cult classic only for me. No, actually for a lot of people.
But tell me, Anurag, I was just speaking to the director of The Shameless recently, Constantine, and he mentioned how you were kind of very helpful in his
he stayed
journey.
in my house,
He told me about that. Tell me how important is it to actually build a community of maybe global filmmakers, because that's...
I have always felt it is important and I have tried to do it many a times. I failed in India. मैं पहली बार भी ये किया था, अब मैं 3 कंपनियां बंद कर चुका हूँ, अब नहीं करना मुझे, हिम्मत गए. But there is a community of filmmakers internationally and I'm part of it. We often, every year we meet once and we get together once.
But why do you think it hasn't worked in India? Is it the competition, insecurity?
I have no idea. I've tried for many years. I gave up. I gave up recently. The last attempt was very tiring. Just people just don't come together. I don't know why. I'm just like, when I like something, I will call filmmakers. When I like something, I champion it. I personally call people.
Do you remember Maniratnam, Shekhar Kapoor and Ramu sir had
They started Madras Talkies.
And then
Bombay Talkies, And Bombay Talkies. Everything. I'm saying, I don't know, somehow it doesn't work out in India because of vested interests or people. They just don't like people coming together, and then you know, it kind of always breaks apart. It's like, I've done it many times. We have tried to do it many times.
Yeah. I'll come to you on this, but Anurag, you just spoke about how you go ahead, praise filmmakers. Of course, you were trolled for kind of supporting Sandeep when Animal came in. People even called you hypocrite. Do you think your cinematic vision and your personal belief just kind of intermixes?
No, they're two different things. In the sense, for me, what a person I like, I will stand by it. I have I deleted the post? No. So I will not step back from something that I have once said. If I have a problem with the person's film, I speak to them directly. If I like something, I speak to them directly. I know one thing which I have learned over a long period of time. Everything takes a lot of hard work. When you like something, praise it. When you don't like something, keep quiet about it. Because something that's bad has equal amount of hard work that has gone in. Of a lot of people. Right? So, जब फिल्म अच्छी बनती है तो मैं बोलता हूँ सबका क्रेडिट है. जब खराब बनती है सिर्फ डायरेक्टर ही खराब बनाता है. क्योंकि the power to say yes or no lies with the director. Right? So at that time, I will only speak to the director. So I don't want to make a public statement about anything that becomes fodder for news. So, and I separate the individual from the work because I've been through it. People see Raman Raghav, they think I'm a psychopath. People see Gangs of Wasipur, they think I'm a gangster. So my films are not me.
People are going to think when they see Kasbe.
They'll again think, "Arey, ये तो यही है, Anurag यही है."
Tell me, of course, all your roles have received a lot of love, be it on films or OTT. But OTT more recently.
Cabaret, some people said career suicide.
That's okay. One thing is okay. But tell me, when you kind of have such a massy commercial project that you are headlining, Gulshan, does it come as a sigh of relief as an actor because there's no box office pressure? No?
Sigh of relief?
Yeah.
The complicated stuff that I'm doing with him, he does action set pieces. Sigh of relief?
But there's no box office pressure. Does that
call me and kiss like, are you going to the gym? Sigh of relief. I'm getting my mother's cataract operation done and I'm also managing, I'm working out. I have some dumbbells at home.
But then it came to food, you did such good action.
Sorry, I make...
When it comes to action,
I am so sorry.
Aditya is so detailed. There's no sigh of relief.
I will let you finish your question.
Sigh of relief only comes at the pack up. When somebody announces pack up, that's when sigh of relief comes when he does action.
No sigh of relief.
And he's the first one to leave set. Anyway, I'm so sorry I'll let you finish your question.
No, the question, you give me the answer. Like the box office pressure, because OTT doesn't have that, does it become easier?
I mean, see, definitely that's a completely different business and that's a cutthroat business. It's a much harder one, which is why success and in the theatrical is much greater than anything else. It's perceived as much bigger because it's that much more harder to get bums on seats. Yes, it's a different business model. It doesn't, you don't rely on that sword is of Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday ko kitna drop hua is not hanging over your head. So you can relax about that. But it's still like, so I didn't have that pressure. But if you ask me, do I want that pressure? Yeah, sure. I'll have go at that as well, and I have, and I will continue to do so in the future as well.
Right, amazing. And tell me, how was Anurag as an actor?
He's a good actor. He used to do theatre before.
Yeah.
He doesn't care so much about his acting career. If he does, then I think he can do better. But he understands the craft. He has the understanding of the craft.
Yeah.
No,
But he's
amazing.
more focused
So
on-
like you said, like when he came on set, the perception that is always there that he's going to be, because when you don't know him, you feel he's going to be a very serious man on set and cutting, and this will come easily to him, And I remember telling him so it's just a shot of you slicing one guy's throat, right? So he's like, how do you want me to do it? I'm like, but. So I thought you'll be good at it because you've done so much of it.
Of slicing.
But you're like, no, but just tell me how to do it. So then I was like, so I'm telling you, he's just opposite to what you think, or I don't know what or whoever thinks, but at least when he's on set, he's amazing. He's just amazing.
Yeah, he completely surrendered.
Because he's like I like to say that he's a baby on set. Because you'll tell him, this is what I want, this is what you do, okay, should I do it this way? He's amazing.
And it's also really nice to see when other actors have their scenes. This is the thing about Anurag, right? He'll hang around, he'll sit. It's not like he'll go off to his van, he'll sit there, he'll watch. He's
Yeah.
It's a really good sense of camaraderie, which is
He's
great fun. I mean,
amazing,
Gulshan doesn't do that.
Gulshan.
He wants to only be in his van.
No. And Gulkand also. It was a double role, na?
That's sweet revenge.
But Anurag, what do you think about this OTT business for actors? Has it become easier for them to just maybe focus on their performances rather than stressing about the numbers?
तुम किससे बात करो? मैं इतना नहीं सोचता.
अच्छा.
मैं इतना नहीं सोचता. I can tell you OTT has been good for me. Because a filmmaker whose films are not Friday, Saturday, Sunday films, which are actually Monday, Tuesday, आगे का film. A filmmaker like me, my films have became relevant again after OTT came in. Like Yellow Boots had such a success and still continuing on Netflix. It had such a successful run. The cinema nobody went to see. My films have, so OTT has been a blessing for my films. So and of course a lot of actors who, because industry में वो जो star वाला pressure होता है, it has changed the game.
Yeah.
It has changed the game vis-a-vis actors because now being an actor counts. Where it was only about being a star.
Yeah.
Now being an actor counts in cinema,
Absolutely.
on screen.
Right.
And actors are getting their due if they're good. They are getting their due if they're good. OTTs also help them monetarily in the sense, also in industry में भी जो होता था पहले कि वो फिल्म का आधा बजट तो स्टार के पास जाता था.
True.
बाकी में फिल्म बनती थी और लोग आते थे. लेकिन अभी एक वो हो रहा है. तो वो चीजें अच्छी हैं, which is good. All things good. But like I always say about social media, na, it all starts very well. Problem happens is when we reach the peak and we don't know what to do.
Right.
Then we start making it a formula. Then it becomes a formula. And then we start repeating ourselves. And then the fall begins.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
And talking about star system right now, there's also this conversation about
All this he said, after he said, I don't think very much.
No, I don't think about future very much. No.
Yes, so apart from the star system, right now the conversation is also on the overhead that the stars bring along to the film. As part of the industry, what do you think needs to change, given everyone is talking how market में पैसा नहीं है अभी?
वो तो बिल्कुल नहीं है.
नहीं.
वो तो इंडस्ट्री को चेंज होना ही पड़ेगा.
Every story has a budget. That story has to be made in that budget.
See, films don't go wrong. It's the budgets that go wrong.
Yeah.
It's always the budgets that go wrong.
True.
And I think what has happened is ये जो हम लोग जो conversation करते हैं ना 500 करोड़ 600 करोड़ 700 करोड़ that has gone to people's head. And everybody has started mounting projects without writing films.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea dictates that,
True.
right?
Yeah.
It's what your idea
I'm
is.
saying
and how
first you have to put it on paper first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
So
one's
you
like,
can't think backwards.
Yeah.
बड़ी फिल्म बनानी है तो बड़ी फिल्म कैसे लिखें and then you start writing big sequences and there's no story in there.
True.
I'm saying write a story first, no? So problem तो crisis है, वो crisis चलेगा, but crisis is not affecting me. That's why I'm saying that. I believe industry is going through massive crisis, and for filmmakers like me, and especially for me, is the best time. Everything is getting greenlit.
Yeah.
I'm being prioritized everywhere.
Wow.
Because I always stay in cost. So मेरा सब project greenlit हो रहा है. In a time of crisis for the industry, I'm actually benefiting a lot because I've stuck to my guns.
Amazing.
And done the groundwork, which is
I've
what
done the
it's about,
groundwork.
right?
Obviously,
Even
I've done the
we first
groundwork.
wrote it, right? Then everything else came from it.
तो सफर करेगा because क्या हो रहा है ना, पहले स्टार साइन होते हैं फिर बजट डिसाइड होता है, तो मैं बोला सारे पैसे जो है ना वो एक या दो आदमी को जाते हैं.
correct.
फिल्म बनती इतने में.
Right.
Yeah.
But the smarter stars who survive a long time, they don't front load a film. I always say, no, they don't front load a film. You look at a Shah Rukh and Amir, they don't front load a film. आप गाड़ी को front load करो तो गाड़ी खड़ी हो जाएगी ना ऐसे उल्टी चलेगी थोड़ी ना. So the smarter ones don't front load a film. They don't charge a fees. They will take a back end.
Yeah. True. Gulshan, for you, like actors like you, tell me, do people maybe bargain given the scenario? Have they started doing that and maybe cut your cost of your entourage or something like that?
I have two people.
He doesn't have an entourage.
I don't even have an
Bargaining
assistant.
to
My
फिर भी होता है.
hairstylist doubles as my assistant. Like,
As a
I-
producer,
listen,
yeah, I should say that.
I'd put it this way. We always try to do good business, okay? So with every project, that's what we do. And we are in a game of perception. There is no way you can actually measure anybody's talent or worth. It's perception. So what is everybody trying to do? We are trying to do the best business.
Yeah.
So people will try to, from the producer's end, I don't feel bad when they're trying to get me to drop my price because they're trying to do good business. And the same way, I am also trying to like get a little bit more than what I got last time because I am also trying to do good business.
Absolutely.
So it's just at the end of the day,
425 ka alarm.
That's the game. This is always going to be there. It's not going to be like हाँ इतना उतना वो नहीं होगा. Okay, and I don't mind this this kind of back and forth also. But at the same time, I believe in the story being made. I was not just making that statement. Every story has a budget, and you have to make within that budget. Because for which, if I have to make concessions, I have reduced my base fee so that I can do a back end deal or I can do a profit sharing, even when we know that profit is probably going to be under.
Yeah.
Okay, so those exceptions are there, and I've also started. I in fact try and insist back end deals more than taking everything in upfront. For some reason, people are not very openly. Yeah. I mean, this is something that.
Well, as an actor.
I mean, he says actors should take back in deal, but when I asked for it, he was like, कुछ नहीं होगा हमको कोई पता. तो ठीक है ना, आपको कुछ नहीं मिलेगा तो मेरे को भी अंडा ही मिलेगा ना. Anyway, never mind.
मेरा भी अंडा ही था.
अंडा ही था.
हम सबका अंडा था.
Listen, I can speak as producer for Bad Cop with both these actors. Okay, I'm keeping Adi a little excited, but both the actors in that sense. It was first about what we are creating, right, which is most important. I remember that meeting even with you, right? What's the story? What's that? That was very important. And then, like he said, it was a little back and forth, but eventually, if both ends make offers that the other can't refuse, it just comes into play, right?
It's also because it is a business, right? So, and I'm also in the business of like, I have a skill set, and I'm selling that. People are hiring me for that skill set. Yeah. And maybe I have a certain perception also, so that also kind of adds value to the project. So I am aware of that. But then it has to make sense. Exactly. If I would ask for something which didn't make sense at all, I don't think that they are in the business of doing bad business. Right? Fremantle is not here to come and just like, waste money. So it has to make sense. And I think going ahead, I think the people in the business, be it OTT or in the theatrical release in feature films, have to make some concessions, some changes in how you do business. I think it has only then I feel that you will be able to make that story for the right budget.
Yeah. Anurag, because we're talking numbers, I just remembered you had shared a rate card of how much you will charge to spend time with newcomers. What made you do that?
Not newcomers, general people also.
Okay. What made you do that, and have you ever felt that you've been maybe exploited when you were just being helpful?
No, I have done, see, it's a very simple thing. No? I don't have a problem helping people. I have done that a lot. I've fought for, I said, no, like I've tried many times to bring people together. But over a period of time, I've realized that people only have their vested interests. They won't come together. And it doesn't matter, everybody comes to me only for what they can benefit from. And some are well-meaning people, not all of them. 90% are not well-meaning people, 10% are well-meaning people.
They just want to use it.
They just want to be, because my perception is that I'm the first seed for newcomers.
Okay.
For newcomers, I'm the first stepping stone. So if I say yes, then उसके बाद जो आगे हम कहीं भी जा सकते हैं. तो मेरे घर का भीड़ लग जाती है जरूरत से ज्यादा. और क्या है कि जब एनर्जी है तो मैं करता हूँ. जब नहीं है तो कभी-कभी आपसे कोई आदमी आके ये नहीं पूछता है आप कैसे हो, आपकी तबीयत ठीक है, क्या मैं आपसे 5 मिनट ले सकता हूँ, ये नहीं पूछते, लोग घुस जाते हैं घर के अंदर.
It's exploitation.
It's exploitation. I get tired. Absolutely. I have never, I will get out of the car and the people standing outside my house and ये script पढ़ लो यार, मैं क्यों पढ़ लूँ? मेरे पास अपनी स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ने के लिए टाइम नहीं है, मैं अपना काम खत्म कर लूँ, let me finish my work, let me fix my health, let me prioritize myself, let my cup be full, then I'll share it with you.
Absolutely.
It'll overflow.
Yeah, it'll overflow.
Yeah.
I'm saying तुम लोग घुस जाते हो बिना जाने समझे पूछे कि आप कैसे हो, तो प्रॉब्लम होती है ना यार.
But did you manage to implement it, or was it just?
You
No,
make
no,
it money.
it was not for making money. It was to tell people off. And now the thing is like, everybody also knows me, so किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
So he didn't make any money.
I've not made any money. Not worry.
And of course, we're talking about international project being adapted in India. So let's talk also the reverse. Recently, of course, Payal won the Cannes. Tell me, a lot of people have been talking about how that script wouldn't have passed through production house, maybe in India. What do you have to say to that, and what can change to empower filmmakers like these?
इस सवाल का जवाब मैं नहीं.
He is the right person to actually answer.
India has got nothing to do with any of the 4 film at Cannes.
Yeah.
India has not even given the 30% rebate due to Payal Kapadia on her film. They have taken credit. And the kind of films we make in this country, इस तरह की फिल्में बिना फॉरेन सपोर्ट के बन ही नहीं सकती. हमने बनाई है फिल्में लंच बॉक्स मसान विदाउट it being a co-project or co-production between France and Germany and India, we would not have been able to make Lunchbox or Masan or Monsoon Shootout. A lot of films have done a lot of co-production because यहाँ पे फिल्में एक ही हिसाब से देखी जाती है कौन सी कितने पैसे कमाएंगे और फिल्म पैसे कमाने के बहुत सारे एवेन्यूज भी होते हैं. तो पायल कपाड़िया तो यहाँ सर्वाइव ही नहीं कर सकती है इस कंट्री में फिल्म एज अ फिल्म मेकर. इट्स अ वेरी लॉन्ग हार्ड रोड.
Yeah.
यहाँ पे लोगों का वो विजन ही नहीं है. यहाँ पे लोग यहाँ बॉक्स ऑफिस तक लिमिटेड रह जाते हैं बिकॉज एट द टिल द टाइम द बिजनेस इज कंट्रोल्ड बाय द ट्रेड पीपल who actually have differing figures all the time.
Absolutely.
They're not on the same table. Until everything is not as transparent, like you China में कौन सी फिल्म का किस शो में कितना बिजनेस हुआ है, I can go online and check it.
Oh.
Show by show,
Yeah.
seat by seat, cinema by cinema, is that transparent. India में that business is not transparent. तो यहाँ पे बनता ही नहीं. यहाँ पे सब कुछ यहाँ और plus we are a population of 1.4 billion.
Yeah.
1.4 billion population with 20,000 screens.
20,000.
That's it. That's the number of screens in
all
India.
languages.
All languages combined, 20,000 screens. How will cinema survive in India? And पहले जो NFDC सपोर्ट करता था, जानिमदारों बनती थी ये सब, वो भी नहीं बंद हो गया. वो सब कंबाइन हो गया. वो लोग सिर्फ करते हैं, वो दिखावा है. हमारे यहाँ सब्सिडी का प्रॉमिस होता है, सब्सिडी नहीं दी जाती.
That's so sad.
Vision.
Yeah.
बहुत प्रॉब्लम है.
Vision.
And not a single of the 4 films in India was made by Indian money. Sandhya Suri's film, lottery, UK lottery fund. Karan Kandari's film, UK.
Yeah.
Payal Kapadia, France. Constantine's film, US, and his own company
Yeah.
from outside. Not a single film was supported by India.
What do you think is the future of reimagining or adapting international content in India?
I guess there's no set rule here. Actually, and this field we're in, there are no rules.
Yeah.
And rules are meant to be broken here. Like I said, I was just telling someone just earlier that there is one way of adapting that you see it and you make it frame to frame. The other way is that, like I keep on saying that I didn't see the original show and intentionally, and I've only seen what was presented to me by Denzel, by Aradhana, by Fremantle, that this is how much we've developed it to. Now figure what you want to do from here on. So I chose to see it from that perspective, so that when I shoot it and when it comes to you, I don't want the audience to feel that I would have just seen the original one. What's the I don't want that statement to come out. I want them to feel, okay, oh man, this is a different paintbrush altogether, or a different color altogether, or things like that. Something that we've brought on board, and that's the beauty about it. Yeah. So no rules of adaptation.
Yeah, I think the litmus test eventually is how well that story has been
Exactly,
crafted, right?
Yeah,
so it could be a reimagination of a format, it could be an original idea, it could be indigenous, it could be a book adaptation, it could be an Indian idea going international idea coming to it. Doesn't really, none of that. Those are all peripheries. Eventually the litmus test is what you've created, right? And that's what matters.
Great.